Hello everyone, welcome to today's mindset. So today I felt really called to speak to all of those empaths out there. In this video, I'm going to be explaining to you what an empath is, what are some characteristics of an empath, and what they can do to empower themselves as an empath. Okay, so this is important because a lot of you out there don't know that you're an empath. And this is when things in your life seem to become out of alignment, or people seem to take advantage of you, or you feel drained from your energy. And a lot of this is because you're an empath and you easily absorb energies around you. You're a highly sensitive being. So this is important to recognize and know that it is a blessing in disguise. Your so-called what seems like a weakness is actually a strength. When you can learn to empower yourself into that strength, this is when you can learn how to be able to stand up for yourself. And this is what the goal of this video is today, for you to become an empowered empath. Okay, so let us get started. Okay, so what is an empath basically? Highly sensitive. I had to write notes on this because I didn't want to miss anything, okay, because this is an important video. You are most likely to be a sensitive being. You're a very sensitive being. You easily absorb energies. Yet you're highly intuitive because you can feel other people's emotions. They usually tend to be counselors, healers, and they're very creative and imaginative. So they also can become artists, singers, writers. Basically, they're poets in motion. Also, they tend to be overly giving and then become a martyr in some cases if they don't know how to empower themselves through their empathic abilities. And this is when they become vulnerable to toxic lovers and end up attracting the opposite of what they really want, which is a manipulative, abusive, or narcissistic partner. At the same time, though, they have huge hearts and they want to help humanity. They want to help contribute to the world. And they have spiritual gifts. They have amazing talents and they are very connected to the divine if they have that awareness. They can tend to neglect their self-care and sacrifice to helping others. This is what a martyr is, when they tend to overly give of themselves what they don't have. Yet at the same time, they tend to be compassionate safe havens. They're magnet to other people. Basically, people feel comfortable just talking to them about their problems, opening up to them, because they're great listeners. And they also tend to be very connected to nature. And they're also very emotionally expressive. And when I say emotionally expressive is that, they're highly expressive in all areas of their emotional communication. They will talk openly and at times quite frankly about their feelings. They have no trouble sharing their feelings or what they're feeling. And they can be very blunt at times as well because they already know the truth since they're highly intuitive, okay? But at the same time, empaths tend to be quiet, reclusive, and introverted. And this is actually a defense mechanism because empaths tend to get overwhelmed easily when there are situations that are based off disharmony. And this is why they want to be peacemakers. A lot of empaths are peacemakers because they want to help to bring the peace into the situation. They know that they can't thrive on a disharmony situation and it will easily overwhelm them because they're so sensitive to the energies. So as a defense mechanism, they're going to try to bring about the peace. Okay. And they also tend to sense and read others very easily, aka their very highly intuitive abilities. Okay. But in the same respect, when they're trying to make the peace or when they find themselves in negative situations, they also have the vulnerability of being taken advantage of because of their kind-hearted nature, of their open-hearted abilities, and their ability to be so unconditionally loving no matter what. And so if they're not careful and they don't know how to set their boundaries, then they can get easily manipulative or even sucked into these negative situations. And they can fall victim to negative energy vampires. Okay, so to understand basically empath and how it relates to the word empathy, I had to look up the definitions, okay? Because empathy, by definition, means the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. So you understand so well the feelings of another because you're actually sharing these emotions. You're actually living their feelings and emotions. So basically, these emotions are in your aura, okay? The definition of an empath is a person with a paranormal ability to apprehend the mental or emotional state of another individual. Basically the same thing, right? You have this gift to really absorb the feelings and emotions of another people. And this is why they make great counselors, great teachers, great listeners, and very much great artists, because they're in tune with that intuitive ability. Artists are very connected to their feminine energies. Okay, so now, and they also tend to be very non-violent and non-aggressive, okay, because they want to bring the peace. So how do you take your power back and empower yourself as an empath? These are a few steps that I wrote that will empower you to take your power back. Choose yourself first, because you need to make your self-care a priority. If you as a healer, as a therapist, as a counselor, as a coach of any kind, are not in your full state, how can you be of service to others? So you need to remind yourself of that and make your self-care a priority. Learn to set your boundaries and be assertive with those boundaries. You can say no without an explanation. You don't always need to give an explanation for saying no. If you feel like an invitation or a situation won't be for your highest good, won't serve your emotional well-being, don't be afraid to say no, because saying no is part of being empowered. It's part of loving yourself, believe it or not. And no, loving yourself is not selfish. Don't think that loving yourself is selfish. You need to learn how to nurture yourself and love yourself first, so that others can respect you in the same way. So don't feel like you need to sacrifice your emotional well-being to be seen as a good human being. Our martyr is not what Jesus wanted us to be. He took care of himself by connecting with the divine, by feeding himself, by nurturing his soul with his connection to the divine, in order for him to be that healer to others, that counselor to others, and that teacher to others. Know that you can walk away from negative or toxic people, relationships, or situations that don't uplift your spirit. Anything that doesn't uplift your spirit, you can choose to walk away from it. You don't need to be staying in those situations. Cleanse your aura by doing a spiritual cleanse through meditation, through your tools like saging, Palo Santo. All of these things cleanse your aura. Taking a spiritual shower, a cleansing shower, envisioning golden energy, washing away all the negativity. Taking a salt bath to really clear your aura. Having a sacred space to recharge. Being in your solitude time, taking the time to be with yourself. Meditating for listening to divine guidance. Yoga practice for chakra alignment. Loving yourself first and having compassion for yourself, for your mistakes, for having neglected yourself in the past. Forgiving in order to cut cords emotionally with those around you. Focusing on a balanced give and take. Knowing that in any relationship, there needs to be a balance. You can't always be the overgiver without receiving anything in return, because this will result in you being drained of your energy. You feeling low in vitality. You feeling sucked of your life force. And you need to know that you need to also receive in life. It's not only about giving. God doesn't want you to drain yourself giving of what you don't have. You also need to learn how to receive. And you do this by opening up your heart chakra. You be of service while still taking care of your emotional health. This is when you take care of your self-care first. You make it a priority at the beginning of your day. Take care of your emotional health by walking away from toxic situations, not putting up with people who are not respecting you, or who are not treating you right, or who are not giving you the value that you deserve. You know your value, and you have to know that people around you have to treat you the same way. And you do this by showing yourself that value first. You must love yourself first so that others can see that love within you. because you attract this into your life through the law of attraction. And last but certainly not least, it's about emotional intelligence. Learning how to manage and control our emotions so that we can not only understand other people's emotions, but we can learn how to control and manage those emotions coming at us. We can learn how to protect and shield our energy and our emotional heart space so that we can understand other people's emotions while not letting us affect our emotional well-being. This is an art, really, in learning how to manage your emotions, this emotional intelligence. And really skilled counselors and therapists and healers, like myself, it didn't happen overnight. It took me years to master this art because I wasn't always empowered in my empathic abilities. Okay, I didn't know that my empathic abilities was the biggest strength that I had within me, within my soul. But before, it used to be my weakness because I didn't know how to control it. And this is when I became vulnerable to negative situations. So this is where you need to take your power back and know that it's a blessing in disguise, because this way you can see clearly through people, you can read and sense energies, and you can be that clear channel, and your intuition is going to be wide open. Your spiritual eye is going to be your guiding force, your compass in life, in your decision-making process, in your ability to heal others, to guide them in the right direction. So I hope that this video really helped you with these tips on how to become an empowered empath. Know that being an empath is the greatest power that you can ever have. But you must learn to take the positive attributes of it and learn to shield yourself so that you can become strong and wise on your journey, on your soul journey, on your spiritual awakening. Any further guidance that you need on your journey, please book a personal coaching session with me. Check out all of the resources on my website, watch my videos, stay spiritually aligned with my meditation practice and my soon-to-come yoga series. Take care of your physical health with my health and wellness section. Feed yourself high vibrational, holistic nutritional foods. And all of this will bring about healthy relationships in your life. And you will feel more joyful and you will feel more empowered in your life, in all of your relationships. So I hope that this video was really helpful for you. Leave me your feedback down below. And I hope you have an amazing and beautiful, blessed day. Namaste.